Hi everyone! I get so many questions. People messaging me all the time. How do I start a raw food diet? What's the best way to start? Can you send me a sample menu? Can you tell me what I should eat? How do I make this diet work for me? And so I want to share with you today how really simple it is to start a raw food diet and how to really make it work for you, for what your purposes are, what you want to do, how good you want to feel, and really just give you the basics, because that's really all you need to get started, because it's really simple. The simpler you eat, the better your results are going to be, but not everybody is comfortable eating really simply. So the best way to start a raw food diet is with breakfast. For breakfast, instead of having your usual toast and eggs or cereal or oatmeal or whatever it is you normally have for breakfast, substitute a large fruit meal. You can do melons. You can do a giant melon, or you can do persimmons. Persimmons are in season, are just coming in season right now. You could do a large banana smoothie. Just throw like as many bananas into your blender as you can fit in there, or as you can comfortably drink. I know for me, it took me a while to be able to build up to like 10 or 11 bananas, and you have to work up to it sometimes. So you can cut up fresh bananas in a bowl with other fruits that you really like. You can do any fruits that you love, any fruits that just sound so good to you in the morning. Just have a whole lot of fruit. Make a fruit smoothie. You can add other things besides bananas. You can add any fruits that you love. I always like to keep fruits properly combined for best digestion, but some of you may have rock solid digestion and combining fruits doesn't affect you. And so do what works for you. Make it delicious, make it enjoyable, but eat enough so that you're not starving an hour later or 15 minutes later. You know, you really have to eat a lot on this diet to feel satisfied. And that's the great thing, is that you can eat as much as you care for until you're satiated. And then if you're still hungry a little while later, of course you can have a snack of more fruit or whatever it is that you desire in terms of raw food. And if breakfast is all that you can do in the beginning because you're just not ready to go further with more raw foods, then have your usual lunch, whatever it is you have for lunch. But try with your usual lunch to incorporate more raw foods. So have a salad with whatever it is you're going to eat, or have snacks of fruit or apples or whatever it is that interests you. But if you're ready to go after your fruit meal and you're ready to have another raw meal for lunch, have more fruit. Have another smoothie. Have a different variety of fruit. Have whatever it is that sounds good to you, that you will just be so happy to eat and that you'll really enjoy and that will fill you up. Say maybe it's a big bowl of grapes, and maybe you want more than just grapes, so with your grapes afterwards you want to have some bananas or some dates. Just make sure that you fill up. Eat enough to really feel satisfied, but not feel miserable afterward. And that way you'll really, really enjoy what you're eating and what you're doing. Then, if you get hungry late in the afternoon and you need a little more fruit, you need a fruit snack, go for it. Have more fruit. Have whatever it is that appetizes you. And then for dinner, the same thing. If breakfast and lunch were enough for you in terms of eating all raw food and you were doing the 100% thing then, but now you're really craving some cooked food and you don't think that you can handle eating more raw food for dinner, then have your normal meal. But again, try to incorporate more raw foods. Have a salad, have a raw soup, have, fruits or veggie sticks or something in addition to your normal meal. Same thing for dessert. Have fruit for dessert instead of a sweet processed food or a candy or whatever it is you might have. If you're craving ice cream, have some frozen banana ice cream instead and blend it up in your blender and make it something really, really yummy that sounds good to you. So if you are ready to do the raw thing, you're just totally gung-ho and you're ready for another raw meal, you're loving it, you're feeling great, and you're just ready to keep going with it, then for dinner, have a large green salad. And you can add whatever veggies or fruits that you want to it, whatever sounds good to you. You can make a dressing of blended fruits, like a mango blended dressing, like blended mango and tomato, or blend oranges and tomatoes together, mango and orange blended together, all super yummy. And then have that for your dinner. And make it a really big salad. Don't just do a little piddly side bowl of salad. Make it really big. Fill up your bowl with tons of greens and add cucumber and celery if that sounds good to you. And either add some fruits or add some tomato, whatever sounds good to you. And go with that. Now, for some of you, eating that simply may just be way too boring. You may be so used to having such complicated meals on a regular basis, and your taste buds may not be ready for something so simple. And if that's the case, if you're really craving something more concentrated or diverse for dinner, then try some low-fat, raw, vegan, savory recipes. Google online some savory recipes that will sound really good to you. Try my zucchini pasta with marinara sauce recipe, which is right here on YouTube. And you can try the mango salsa recipe, which is more flavorful and a little more dense tasting and feeling. So try some of those and Google more recipes online, because there's so many out there. You just have to search a little and try a new recipe like once a week or maybe once a night. Try a new recipe, whatever works for you. Don't stress yourself out, but just make it work for you. And then once you get a few recipes under your belt, you can use those more and more often. The more fruit you eat, the more your body will be able to cleanse out the toxins that you've been building up inside, that you've been ingesting, whether it's from foods or environmental toxins, whatever it may be. Those fruits are so cleansing for the body, and they really help the body to push out impurities and really help you to get healthy and get clean. And that will really help to make such a huge difference in your energy, because your energy won't be tied up with digesting really heavy foods like animal products and processed foods. So really concentrate on eating more fruit. The more fruit you eat, the better. The better you're going to feel, the better your body's going to function, and it's just going to be so much better for you overall. And of course, any changes you make are going to be so much better than no changes. So whatever level you're ready to start out, whatever steps you're ready to take, anything is going to be better than nothing. Also, if you need more meal ideas, check out some of my videos where I share what I'm eating throughout the day, or videos of what I'm eating now, or what I eat in a day 80-10-10 style, or my winter meals, or what I eat in a day on 80-10-10. That will help give you more ideas of what to eat and maybe inspire you a little. And if that's too simple, like I said, check out more recipes online. Look for low-fat, raw, vegan recipes, and that should also really help. A lot of people ask me as well about not wanting to go 100% right away. What should they eat? And as long as you keep it plant-based, as long as you drop out the animal products, the biggest thing would be to drop out the really heavily processed foods, the foods that have white flour, sugar, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. Those kinds of foods are foods that are really hard to digest. They're really hard on the body. The body doesn't know what to do with a lot of those highly processed foods. And those are the foods that really can bring you down, bring down your energy, bring down your mood, and affect your body on so many different levels. So if you cut those things out, that is going to be really helpful. Also, cutting back on the amount of sodium that you consume, especially really high amounts of sodium. And most processed foods, fast foods, are really high in sodium. Some fast food meals have more sodium in one meal than an entire day's worth of sodium for a large grown man. So you really want to be careful about that. You really want to watch what you eat. I would definitely cut out the fast foods because those have so many preservatives and they're so high in fat. So really watch that. Definitely cut back on coffee and sodas. Like, really try to cut those things out of your diet because those also wreak havoc. Alcohol is another big problem. Alcohol really causes a lot of problems in and around the body. It causes issues with the organs and affects your brain cells in so many different ways. So really try to cut back on those things or cut them out completely because that will make another huge difference in how you feel, how your body functions, and you'll be really surprised once you get that stuff out of your system how much better you feel without it, how much more energy you have. You won't need the coffee to stimulate you and wake you up in the morning because the raw foods and the healthy diet, the healthy changes will be energizing you in much better ways. When you're hungry for a snack or something, especially something sweet, always reach for fruits. When your body is craving something sweet like a candy bar or a pastry that's sweet, what your body's really craving is fruit. Because fruit is our natural food. It's what our bodies desire because it's what feeds our cells. So when you crave something sweet, you're craving sweet, juicy, delicious, ripe, yummy fruit. So always try to reach for fruit when you have a sweet tooth craving. And that will also make a really big difference because you're not putting all that heavy fat and junk into your body. There's a reason we refer to junk foods as junk food because it really has no business being in your body. It's not healthy, it doesn't do any sort of good at all. So let the food that you eat be alive. Let it be raw, living, fresh, juicy, sweet, succulent, amazing fruit. Let it be the food that is going to nourish your cells and give you energy and stamina and help your body to remove toxins and cleanse and get healthy. You're going to feel so much better when you start adding more fruits and vegetables into your diet, especially raw living, amazing fruits and vegetables. And if you decide for yourself that you're going to do the raw food diet 100% and you really get committed to it and you go after it and you have 3 days under your belt, if you crave a cooked meal and you give in and you have that cooked meal, please don't beat yourself up. Please don't come down on yourself and feel bad about it. Just pick yourself back up, and then for the next meal that you have, let it be a raw food meal again. And just keep going from there and have another raw food meal and another raw food meal. And then if you have an issue or you are tempted by cooked food and you have it, that's okay. Let this be a journey. Let this be an experience, a learning experience, a growing experience, and allow yourself to just go with the flow. Just go with it. And when you can get back on and have more raw foods and have more raw meals, do it. Let that be part of your journey. Just don't get down on yourself and don't give yourself a hard time. Just pick yourself back up and move on with it because it's okay. Most people who start a raw food diet do not just start it 100%, never take another bite of cooked food, and never look back. It usually doesn't happen that way. Usually there are ups and downs, and it takes a while to get used to just eating nothing but raw fruits and vegetables. If you're one of those people who can just jump on do it 100% and never look back, that is so amazing, and congratulations to you, but not everyone can do that. So give yourself time. Some people will try a raw food diet 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times before they eventually, something just clicks for them, and then it works. Some people it takes 2 tries and then they're 100%. Maybe you'll never get to 100%, and that's okay too. But really try to keep it plant-based. Really try to eat a lot of fruit, because that is so healthy for you. It's so cleansing, and it just really makes such a difference on your digestion. It allows your body to really digest your food better, and it just helps you to have more energy. I mean, there's so many benefits to it. So really try to have a lot of fruit, especially in the mornings on an empty stomach. And then if you want to have cooked foods throughout the rest of the day, fine, no problem. But really keep incorporating more raw foods, even into your cooked meals, and you'll really see a difference. And like I said, any small changes you make are going to be better than no changes. So really go with it and make it easy. I really eat so simply these days, and I love it. It feels great to me. But in the beginning, I needed more variety. I really needed to eat more foods, because that's what I was used to, and in one meal was to have several different fruits or several different ingredients in my salad, because that's really what I was used to. It's what I craved. But now I really like to eat more simply, and now I can eat a salad with only 3 ingredients or 5 ingredients, where before I needed 10 ingredients. And just go with what works for you. Make it work for you. Don't try to force yourself into something that's not going to work for you. Don't try to eat something that doesn't taste good to you. Don't try to force yourself to eat something that doesn't appeal to you, because it's likely that that's not what your body needs at that moment. So I hope that this helps you to really start somewhere, whether it's just with breakfast or whether it's with a whole day's worth of food. Keep it low fat, keep it high carb, and low sodium, and you will find that this will make such a huge difference. And just with the little tips that I shared with you, if you're going to keep some cooked foods in with your diet, and that's all you need to know. And just go with what feels right to you, and it will all work out. And don't stress. Just have fun with it, enjoy it, and let it be a really good experience. And that's all for this edition of Raw Synergy TV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.